Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Dumpster Diaries Podcast. On today's episode, I'm your host, Justin Allen, and this is a new thing that we're doing called Rants with Justin. But first, to start off the episode, I would actually like to remind you guys that in the description below is a link to our Patreon and sick-ass merch store. So when you get on our Patreon for $1 a month, you can actually see content that big tech doesn't let us put out there. If you like what you've seen so far, I can assure you that the stuff that will come out on our Patreon is going to be far better. Trust me on that one. But our merch store, as far as that goes, it's good quality stuff, man. I like it. I wear it. So does Moses, the co-host of this show. So get on there. And if you like what we do, man, just support us. And, we'll do what we can to keep pushing content for you guys. We really enjoy it. And any support that you guys give us, we appreciate. Also, too, we've teamed up with a new card game known as Another Fucking Card Game. This stuff is hilarious. So they also have a Kickstarter going on right now as of the date of this filming. But we're also going to help them get a website set up where you guys can purchase it. Trust me, if you like offensive content and you like to take a step towards anti-censorship, that's the game for you. It's for adults is all I'm going to say, but definitely worth playing. Moses and I have played it several times with people. We've had little get-togethers and everyone's enjoyed it. It is something that makes Cards Against Humanity look like a Sunday school sermon. Let's put it that way. So if you like Cards Against Humanity and you want to beef it up, check out Another Fucking Card Game. Like I said, man, description below. But on today's rant, like what we're talking about, it's something that's been on my mind a lot, and it's been kind of hard to articulate it, but I think you all will know what I'm talking about exactly. I'm talking about online dating, okay? So dating in 2025 is not an easy thing. We all know it. I mean, it's a crapshoot anyway. But my God, online dating? What the hell is going on out of there? Where do these people even go? Like during the day, like some of the shit I've seen on there, it is insane, dude. So, I mean, if you look at it now, it's just become a hookup culture essentially, but fuck me, the hookups you're finding on that ain't the shit you want, brother. Trust me on that one. But it's interesting to see what it's all become. I mean, it is terrifying to say the least. Online dating is fucking terrifying. Specifically Tinder. My God, dude, is all I have to say. Everyone on there is just coming with a laundry list of bullshit, man. Be like, I got 5 kids. I'm not looking for anybody to take care of it, blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to meet all these standards before you even have a shot. Like, who are you to sit there and negotiate when you're not bringing anything to the table? I mean, that goes for men and women, I mean, shit, half the people on there are cheating anyway, so what the fuck, it's bonkers to say the least. But I don't know, there's something going on, man, where it's people getting on there, putting themselves out there, saying they want one thing, doing something different, and it's not good. It's trash. It's trash. I'm going to call it like I see it. Online dating is dog shit. It's terrifying. It should honestly be considered a national registry for STDs, as far as I can tell. That and potential child support payments for kids that aren't even yours. But there's definitely something going on with the online dating stuff. It's, I remember when stuff like Tinder first came out, and at first, hey, it was great. It seemed like a lot of honest people were on there. People were finding soulmates, all that stuff. Really finding that happily ever after medium in their life that they needed. And very quickly, it just devolved into something nasty. So what we're dealing with now is just a cesspool of just toxicity and honestly, just a bunch of trash you don't want to deal with. So what I'm saying is if you're in the online dating game, you got to get out. Quitting and quitting while you're ahead are two different things, my man. And then for me, personally, you guys watch the show, that I'm dating someone now. I got a girlfriend now. She's pretty cool. She's pretty hot. But, I met her in person, man. And it was a rare thing. It's a rare thing to find, actually meeting someone in person. So if you're out there and you're looking for happiness, or whether it be a short-term or long-term thing, or a life partner, who fucking knows, someone you might want to start a family with. I'm just telling you right now, the chances of doing that shit online are next to zero. So it's like the old school way, man. I found that's better for me. Get out there, talk to people. Clears up a lot of bullshit real fucking quick. People can be whoever they want to be. They can say whatever they want to say online, but in the first 10 minutes of meeting, you're going to get a lot of those answers real quick. It's like, excuse me. It's like when I met my current girlfriend. We started talking and stuff, nothing too crazy. But, I was talking to her about exchanging information, and she slid over her Snapchat. And the first thing I did was say, I don't have Snapchat. I don't use Tinder. I don't use that shit. And contrary to popular belief for some of the trolls on this channel, I don't use Grindr either. It's pretty old school. Yeah, I had a Facebook to keep up with family and friends and stuff like that, but I never used it for dating or anything like that. It was real old school, man. So I slid my number to her and said, balls in your court. If you're interested, you text me. You call me. I think we need to get more back to that, man. Especially as young guys, too. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to make this all about men or about women, whatever it may be. I'm just talking from my own personal perspective on what I experienced. If they call you back, if they text you, put the ball in their court. There might be something there. But this swipe right shit, match, oh yeah, let's see what's up. Trash, dog. Trash. And I'm telling you right now, if you find somebody, whether you're looking for a girl or guy or whatever it may be, if they just hit you up, messaging, stuff like that, walk away, man. Walk away. If you find somebody that can actually talk to you, can actually be legit, be a real person, that's the one you want to be with. You don't need old Cindy with 5 kids and 3 baby daddies and all that shit. Come with a boatload of bills. Liability. Know your worth. Like I said, it goes for men and women. Know your worth. With that being said, you gotta, especially in today's time, man, there's so much trash and bullshit out there, and I don't know, social media's just made it 10 times worse, to be quite honest. You gotta cut through the bullshit. You gotta cut through the bullshit, my man. How do you do that? You talk to people. You get to know them. It ain't easy meeting people. It sure as hell isn't easy. You got to get out there. You got to be social. And you got to for sure pick how you're going to meet these people. You go out with the wrong people, go out in the wrong crowds, in the wrong environments, you're going to meet people you don't want to. People are going to make you unhappy. You're probably not going to find Miss or Mr. Forever in some shithole dive bar you go to 5 nights a week. It's probably just not going to happen. You get out there in your community a little more, get a little more social. I don't know, maybe take some college classes, join some groups, talk to people. That's how you find the right person. Because this online dating shit's an epidemic. I mean, it really fucking is. Like, it's crazy what's happening. I don't know one single person who's had a good story from online dating, specifically Tinder. That shit is trash. It's dog shit, man. Stay away from it. Nothing good gonna come out of that shit. Nothing good's gonna come out of it. Nothing. You know it, I know it. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Besides, there's something really cool about being old school, man. Actually being able to talk to people. People like that shit. It's kind of like you get to know somebody before anything moves further, but like in a real way. You're not looking to meet what is just one step above a robot. Talk to them. And hell, even today's time with AI and all that shit and the bot farms we've seen, you might be talking to a fucking robot. Be quite honest with you. All the scams and bullshit that's out there. Not to mention, it's probably got some shit that's going to make your dick fall off, but hey, who am I to fucking judge, right? You want to party like that? Have at it, my friend. All I'm saying is not my cup of tea. You get out there, man. Talk to people. And it's funny, it's like, with online dating and stuff, while I don't do it myself, I got friends who do. It's fucking sad, man. It really is. It's like the most miserable people you could ever imagine. And they want something as simple as an emotional connection to another human being. And I get that, man. But a part of it is actually knowing your self-worth. And not subjecting yourself to bullshit out there, man. You surround yourself with shit, you will become shit. Simple as that. It's a hard fucking truth. Call me the optimistic type or idealist, whatever you want to say. But I just think there was a time when men were men. I ain't saying like all this 1950s housewife misogynistic shit. I ain't saying any of that, man. What I'm saying is there was a time when like men carried themselves a little differently with a level of respect. Like, yes, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. This is what I do. I pay my bills. I take care of my family. I have responsibilities, things of this nature, whatever. I show it to my job. Insert whatever. Just being a responsible, contributing human to society. Now we kind of gotten away from that. Whose fault is it? I don't know. Maybe we entered an era where we've allowed ourselves to become subjected to these types of environments that exploit us and some of our most basic instincts. For what? Ad revenue? I don't know. So if you're out there looking for love in all the wrong places, stop. It's not doing you any good. It's not doing anybody else any good. Nobody respects that shit. You know it, I know it. I mean, if you're really just out there looking for a hookup, sure, why not? Do your thing. Go to fucking town. Have fun with it. Wrap it up. Be safe. Better take some antibiotics is all I gotta fucking say. But if you want something more, you want something genuine, man, you ain't gonna find it on your screen. And that was kind of like something that I've come to realize over the years. And it's terrifying now to see like a younger generation coming up. They don't even know. I mean, I'm just speaking from a man's perspective. They don't know how to talk to women at all. And I ain't talking about trying to get laid or like trying to get them on a date. I'm just saying they can't have a simple, average conversation with someone of the opposite sex. They're fucking terrified. They're awkward. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, hell, when it comes to dating, I guess no one really knows what the fuck they're doing. But I'm just saying there was a time once, I believe, it wasn't even all that long ago, when men could be men. Women could be women. And somewhere along the way, the wires got crossed. Shit got out of whack, man. Now, there's always going to be shitty people, no matter what kind of environment or system you're subjected to. It's always going to happen. But I can tell you, if you're looking for something, stay the fuck off Tinder. Stay the fuck off Grindr, if that's your thing. You ain't going to find it out there in that shit. You're going to find it talking to people. Building that connection, man. It's good. It's healthy. And who knows? I mean, some of the best relationships I've ever seen happen started out as people genuinely being friends. Then they found out they actually liked each other. They got to know each other. And it was like, holy shit, I actually care about this person. That's how you get it. You're never going to find that shit on some Tinder match, late night bullshit. You find out later he's got a couple of kids, married or whatever, or she's married, old dude works out of town, whatever the fuck it may be. Then you got to live with that shit. That's on you. And speaking of that level of accountability when it comes to relationships seems to be something lost currently in Western society. It really does. How many times have you been in a situation where there's some fuckery amongst, and the single person in it says, well, it's not on me, it's on them. Is it? Is it? Did you even stop and ask the question? Probably not. That's all you're going to find out there with that bullshit. You know? Now I get being thirsty and wanting to get yours for sure, man. I mean, fuck, we're humans. We're just a step above fucking apes. We're animals. But we got to know our worth. We got to have self-respect. That's a big fucking thing. Having self-respect is really, I guess, what it comes down to. Respect for yourself and also respect for others. I don't think that's a really bad concept to live behind. You know? And from what I can tell, man, all that online dating shit is just basically damn near borderline wrecked an entire generation. Really, it has. Now, I like to think there's good stories out there. Maybe some people met their forever always. Sure, does it happen? Absolutely. But how much shit did they have to tread through to get to that point? And fuck me running. That's not a hill any logical person I know wants to climb up. You know? But we got to get away from that online dating shit. It's trash. Like I said, it should be a national registry for STDs, ladies and gentlemen. Know a few people in my local communities, they got some shit antibiotics won't cure, and they're floating around on there. Fuck that. No says I. Walk away. If you think you got trouble talking to people, whether you're a girl trying to meet a guy trying to meet a girl, or whatever blend you see, get better. How do you get better? You get out, you talk to people, you meet people. Talk to them face to face, let them know what's up. You learn a lot about yourself. And I'll give you a piece of advice, man. If you really want to have a good conversation with someone, or you want someone to really feel like they had a good conversation with you, speak less. Let them do most of the talking. Ask open-ended questions. Give a fuck what they say about. That's a big one. Actually care what the fuck the person has to say. Try that on for size for a little bit. Who knows? You pay attention long enough, you might find something you like. I fucking did, yeah. I'm fucking happy as a pig and shit. Stay away from that national registry for STDs, aka Tinder and Grindr. I would put them one and the same, although I've heard some stories about Grindr, and that seems to be a hell of a lot more graphic, is the word I would use. A little more liberal on the hookup culture. That's what that's all about. But I don't think it's hard, man. I don't think it's a bad thing to tell people to get out there and actually talk. Use their voice. God gave you a voice for a reason. Choose to use it. You can use it as a will for good or a will for evil, whatever you want to do. If you want to be honest and straight with people and build relationships that actually last and matter, then do so. It's simple as that. Make that choice. If you want to sit there and lie and cheat and steal and swindle your way through everything, that's what will come back to you. It's just how the nature of the universe works. You get on there, you think you're going to hook up with somebody no one's ever going to know, whatever may happen. It comes full circle. It affects people. It may not come back to you directly in that moment, but it does everlasting damage and affects two people. Now, if it's something you want to do and you're willing to accept the associated risk with that, by all means, you're a free American. Do whatever you want. For our Canadian viewers, Canadian, same thing applies, you know. But what I'm trying to say is, and this is a very big generalization, anyone that has any true value to offer another human being will not find themselves on an online dating site. Simple as that. If anything's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Now, there's one thing you want to do right. Is find the partner you're going to be with. Because fuck me, there's a lot of trash to wade through to get to the right one. Trust me on that one. A lot of heartache. Maybe really unlucky, some trips to a clinic. A few rounds of antibiotics. But if you listen to the show, you know what's up. You know my opinions about the matter. And I think things are starting to come full circle. We're starting to reach a point where women are being women and men are being men. It's good in their own right. Like I said, I'm not talking 1950s housewife shit. I know some people are into that. Absolutely, if that's your thing. 2 consenting adults, by all means. But there's things we can do to make it better. And there's things we can do on ourselves to make it all better. Because that shit radiates, man. People see it. I'm not going to sit here and say I think less of people when I see them participating in online dating, because that's kind of harsh to say. But let's just go through a hypothetical scenario. Say there was a girl I was interested in, right? And we start talking and stuff, and we're talking about dating, making it official. And she's like, hey, I have a Tinder. I would think just a little less of her. Not as a person, but I would just immediately associate a lot of negative stuff with that. And if you're a female viewer of the show, which there are quite a bit of you actually, that's a heads up right there. You want to find a guy that's going to value and respect you, man? Carry yourself in that manner. Don't throw it out all willy-nilly. Create scarcity. Creates a higher demand. Economics 101. People want what they can't have. No one wants what everyone can have. Simple as that. If you want to get down to the harsh reality of it. There's a lot of good out there, man. Like I said, the majority of everlasting relationships and people who are just genuinely happy, whether it be short-term or long-term, every one of those that I've seen, it's all been organic and genuine. It wasn't behind a screen, you know? And for the unlucky sons of bitches who find themselves talking to a profile they matched on whatever dating site they've chosen, you're probably talking to a Chinese prisoner operating a bot farm in Beijing. It's probably a dude. Probably trying to get you to give him some money. What's the best way to put it into this shit is not participate in that shit. The scammer's going to scam, swindler's going to swindle. That's all I'm saying. Be smart. Know your self-worth. Know your value. Bring some shit to the table. You all got shit to offer. Even if you don't feel like you do, everyone's got something to offer. Everyone's unique in their own right. Everyone's got good, everyone's got bad in them. But it's a simple choice. Do you want the good to radiate or do you want the bad? And it comes down to sometimes the smallest actions you could ever imagine. How do you carry yourself? How do you talk about people when they're not in a room? How do you treat people? How do you treat people that are less fortunate than you or you may be in a position of authority over? These things matter. These things really matter. And we're hitting a day and age where they're starting to matter even more. Because I remember when I was a kid, I felt like there was a lot of good people walking around. A lot of happy couples, genuine people. The older I get, the rarer that shit seems to be. Now, has the internet and the explosion of technology and the ability to share data and information at lightning speed all around the world just made it more, come to light more who we really are as people? Or is there something bigger at play? I don't know. But I think a big key takeaway from this is, one, fuck online dating. It's garbage, it's trash. You're never going to meet anything worth a damn on there, more than likely. Two, know your worth. You know, you're the most important person you know. So take care of that person. That goes for everything. But right now we're just talking about my beef with online dating. I hate what it's done to women. I hate what it's done to men. You know? It's not cool. It's not classy. No one respects that shit. No one does. So if you got an online dating profile, my advice to you is turn that shit off. Turn it off. Go for a walk. Go to your public library. Join a group. Go do some shit with friends. Tell them to invite some other friends. Meet new people. Take a class. I don't know. You'd probably be surprised what you find. There's a lot of gold out there in that sea of fish. But what you're fishing for on that internet, whoo-wee, that is a tall order, my man. and you gotta wade through some shit. And we all know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm not doing the best at explaining or articulating it in a manner that effectively portrays my viewpoints, but you get the gist of it. It's dog shit. Fuck Tinder. Fuck Bumble. Grindr. All those motherfuckers. Fuck them. Because they're just turning you out. They're using your most basic desires to have an intimate connection with another person. They are using that against you and weaponizing it to generate income through ad revenue. They have turned you into a commodity to buy, sell, and trade how they see fit. In other words, they have made you their bitch. So what do? You get out there. You stick it to the man. We're in a day and age now, if you give a girl your phone number, it's weird. It's weird. Like if someone said, hey, like he gave me his number, or she said to call her, like, should I call her? Why do I feel anxiety when I have to talk to someone on the phone? What's going on? Not saying I do, but in general, you get the gist. That's the establishment determining what kind of person you're going to be. Ooh, that shit doesn't sound too reassuring now, does it? But there's a lot of good shit, man. Like I said, the relationships that I've seen that actually matter, that are good, that are healthy, have occurred outside of online dating. Almost every single one of them. I can't think of one relationship that has come from online dating that is genuine and actually is lasting. Not one. And I know a shit ton of people. Like a lot. All over the world. This isn't just an American thing either. Saw it in Canada, saw it in Germany, saw it in France, saw it in Holland. All that shit. It's trash. It's trash. So know your self-worth, though, man. That's what you really got to do. Be who you're going to be and own it. That's the big thing. Own it. You know? Don't change who you are just because you're in a room. You don't want to be that person. People see through that shit. You know, it's kind of like this. You'll probably know what I'm talking about. But if you know someone who talks bad about people all the time behind their back, like as soon as they're gone, like talk shit, I can't stand this, or this guy said this, or whatever it may be, right? Just there's always some petty, tongue-in-cheek, under-the-table, negative, nasty remark. How you feel when you see that, if you're a logical person, you stop and think, they do the exact same thing to me. Well, that's how that shit goes with online dating, all that salacious bullshit stuff. You get a relationship that's born out of that, you're walking right into the worst insecurities you could imagine. Fuck that. Who wants a part of that? That doesn't sound like a good time. Hell no. No says I. Just carry yourself. I ain't saying you got to be the biggest swinging dick in the room. But if you have a little self-respect, you won't be partaking in that shit. You won't be doing it. People know. This is a message for the guys listening. If you do that long enough, the right woman will notice. Mark my words, man. We here at Dumpster Diaries Podcast about to be a matchmaking heaven right now. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good. But the good ones, they don't subject themselves to that trash. Is it easy finding them? Fuck no. Do I have the answers for you? Nope. Got some ideas, but it ain't easy. Takes time. More importantly, it takes you to be a genuine person, to be honest with yourself and those around you. The way this universe works, man, you get back what you put into it. That is just the nature of things. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. That is a fact of the physical universe that we occupy. down to our most basic subatomic levels, that is the truth. Works with energy as well. You name it. Socially, it is a thing. Don't go making messes where there ain't none. You know? Do the right thing. Does it suck for a while? Sure. You going to be a little lonely? Yeah. Fuck, who isn't, man? 2025 in America, everybody's fucking lonely. But if you play your cards right, stick to your guns, be true to yourself and others, shit. There ain't nothing you can't accomplish. So if you're out there looking for that love of your life, and as we're getting close to approaching February, the month of love, as I like to call it, Valentine's Day right around the corner. What I'm saying is, do these simple things and you're going to bring the right people into your life. You know, and that's the story you want to tell. Take care and God bless.